This is going to break my brain for a while.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I will
because you have to
eventually, once I get this little area cleaned up, share a picture of what.
I hope you should have taken a before picture.
There's probably one somewhere. But I will get a picture of what this looks like now, which hopefully. Whoops. Wrong button.
Oy.
Hopefully looks for most people about the same, although I got to
Mm-hmm.
move my camera a little bit. But I condensed the office from whatever square footage I said yesterday to, we'll call it about 36 square feet. And so Paul used to
Yeah.
be over there, like the camera and computer and everything, and now it's right here. Like
So you're sort of boxed into a corner.
I boxed in a coffin corner
Nice.
would all be sufficient. So what I'm trying to say is if the audio is off, if the audio doesn't work, if the video doesn't work, you know, you got what you paid for here. Because,
Wow.
well, it was a lot of work. And
I'm sure it was worth it.
it wasn't, I'm still debating that. In fact, actually, Paul, you know the exact desk that I have that I'm sitting at right now. One of the monitors is now on the other end of it. So your
Oh, interesting.
monitor is actually on the end
Yep.
of the desk. So
Yep. Yep.
it's a big
I mean,
desk,
you could
though.
probably clip that TV to it, and it would be no problem. That desk weighs about 3,000 pounds. So,
Yeah, that was part of the problem of moving this thing.
yep. There's a restaurant we go to all the time in Mexico City. We know the owners, and one of the tables we often sit at outside looks like the other tables, but it's actually completely different, and it is weighed down with what feels like 200 pounds of lead or something. So I always try to just move it or like shift it just a little bit or whatever, and you can't move it. So I can literally with all my weight like pull back and go as far back as I want, and like I'm like, why won't this thing move? And it's that desk is exactly like that. It's like you could put all of your weight, hanging off of it, and it wouldn't
Yeah,
move
it's
an
just
inch.
cast
Yeah.
iron and
Yep.
whatever.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I got to finish cleaning up like the rest of this. I think the treadmill is supposed to come tomorrow, and that will be the big
Exciting.
test before I like not glue everything down, but before I say like, this is the setup. I want to get that thing in here set up,
It's
configure
going to
where
be
it's.
like an inch off,
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like right now, there should be between about 10 inches between the handlebars of the treadmill and the
Yep.
corner of the desk. So I should be able to like shimmy through just perfectly.
You have to like limbo under it to get to your seat.
Pretty much. I mean, we'll see. We will see. Worst case scenario is we turn the treadmill around, trying to avoid that. But yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds fun. I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, and just don't do any suggested actions because those are going away.
I guarantee you that 9 out of 10 people who see this story are like, I don't even know what that is. And then when they read about what it is, they're like, I have never seen this once.
Or you saw it once, you're like, why did it do that? How do I turn that off?
Yeah. Or how do I get it back? Like, what made it do that? Are
Yeah.
there other things that it does? And it's like, no, they added this feature a couple of years ago. They never improved it or changed it. If you have the new Outlook, the one thing that's changed is like for what is it, like a time date thing. That appears in the little context menu thing, but used to be calendar app, But no, the assumption was they were going to add more actions, and they never did. There's only been 2 the whole time. Stupid.
Yep.
But I don't know. I appreciate them deprecating things no one uses, right? I mean, I don't think they should have introduced it in the first place, but that's okay. Like they should be aggressive with this stuff. If it's not being used, it's just clutter.
They are also changing Copilot. This is a couple days old now, I guess, at this point. But they're more importantly, they're hijacking Windows key space, which previously was to change keyboards, the shortcut.
Well,
Now it's
Power Toys Run uses it. I thought you guys don't you
we
guys
do.
use it?
Fences uses it to
Yeah.
bring things to the front with the.
Yeah. So I guess the way that, I mean, that's going to have to change over time. But I think the way it works right now is it will respect if you already have something assigned to this, and it will keep it that way or something. I don't know what it's going to do, but this is a pretty common keyboard shortcut.
Yep.
It's the keyboard shortcut the Mac uses, right? For
Yep.
Sherlock search. No, I mean for what's it called? Spotlight search. I know it's not the Alt key, but whatever that key is, the little squiggly thing that's in that position on the keyboard on a Mac. So, it's kind of a cool one. Like I actually, what do? I shift. Am I thinking about this wrong? I think I use Windows key plus space. I think is for Power Toys Run. What I use, I think. I can't remember now which is which, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, you have Windows key plus C. You're not
Yeah,
even using it. Why
that
wouldn't
is
you
the
just keep using it? C for Copilot. It's an easy to remember, keyboard shortcut if you're going to use it. I don't know.
I don't know. And then it's like a third app. It's another PWA or whatever. It's still not a native thing. I don't. They just
Well, they say it's native, but it's actually just a wrapper around the web app. So it's like, okay, guys, whatever. But I think the point of I don't know the point. The point of it is it's been 3 weeks. So I have to change it again. But that window, what is it? Alt space thing is it's like a pop-up window that will appear over other windows, and it's like a way to interact with whatever app you're using, I guess. So Windows will do some light stuff, I would imagine. But if you have Copilot for Microsoft 365 or Copilot Plus or whatever that's called, I'm sure it will interact with more, do more stuff because it does more when you pay for it. But whew, nothing says we didn't plan for any of this more than Copilot. It's just
that is exact.
It just keeps changing. We have no idea what we're doing.
Now, I'm not going to say that their AI is better. However, I will say that Apple's messaging is much more consistent. Like they're just like, hey, this is coming with this update. It's coming on all devices. This is how it works. Here it is.
And it comes and there it is. And it works exactly like that.
And it has not changed forms 7 different times. It hasn't changed keyboard short.
I actually think if you're a Windows user, you would be better off with the Copilot app or the Anthropic, what's it called, Cloud app, Claude, whatever. Copilot to me, I, other than the image generation stuff, which is now just on designer.microsoft.com, I don't know. I turn it off in like Edge, like I don't really.
No, that's the worst one.
Yes, I don't really like it. I don't know. I don't mind the way it looks for whatever that's worth. Like they redesigned it recently. The second to last change they made, you know what I mean? Like 3 weeks ago. And there was a lot of bitching about that, but I think that it looks nice. I mean, I think it's an attractive looking thing. I just don't ever want to see it.
Yeah.
Like I launch it by mistake all the time. I'm like, look at that. Control W. Hate it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, here we are.
Don't worry, it's going to change again.
Yeah, I was going to say, give it it'll be Q1 of next year.
January, maybe February at the latest. It'll be another change.
I mean, they haven't changed its name in a while, so they could.
Well, actually, they kind of did. So I think like the Microsoft 365 Copilot started and then changed to Copilot 4 and then changed back. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they now refer to this, is it Windows Copilot now? And I think it used to be Copilot for Windows or something.
I don't know. It was Bing Chat at one point.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Like, I think they might have technically changed the name a little bit again. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? No one. I don't think anyone. Yeah, because it's a stupid thing.
And then it was Copilot for Word, is what it is now. It used to be Word with Copilot. I don't know. It just.
Yep. No, but even like they're used. So a year ago, like literally a year ago, November, the big story was like internally Microsoft has like 127 Copilots, and we got to like cut down on this stuff. It's too much. A lot of redundancy, et cetera, et cetera. But if anything, they're actually using the Copilot brand more now than ever. Like, is it Copilot Vision, which is the thing that works with the web browser or whatever? Like, they're now features are going to be called Copilot something.
If they call it Copilot Click to Do, I'm out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. like Copilot spell checking, Copilot grammar.
Yeah, Copilot Editor is what it should be called.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way they don't do this. Like, there's going to be, you can just see, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, They have not learned their lesson at all. Microsoft, eh, it's so rare for them to have like a good brand, and it's hard to remember now. But Copilot is actually a good brand. It makes sense. Like
Hmm.
you hear it and you're like, yeah, okay, no, that's a good one. But then when they get a good brand, that 1 out of 1,000, they beat the life out of the thing. So by the time they're done with it, you're like, would you please stop calling everything whatever this thing is, right? There used to be something called, I always bring this one up. This is the best one of all time, I think. Windows Media Player from Mac. Guys, dear God, nobody who uses a Mac wants to use an app called Windows anything. Like, just stop. But anyway, they haven't learned their lesson, so
Yeah,
we'll be dealing with this one for a while.
it's just Copilot all the way down.